So in the last class, we have started greedy method and we have discussed a simple algorithm, that is coin change problem. Today we'll discuss another algorithm for job sequencing with another algorithm, that is job sequencing with deadlines. So here job sequencing with deadlines problem will be given with a set of n jobs. We'll be having n jobs, and with each job will be having a deadline. Each job is associated with its own deadline. Di greater than 0 and a profit Pi greater than 0. That is, we have to complete the job within that time Di, that is deadline, and profit is Pi. If we complete that job, we'll earn the profit Pi. For any job I, the profit Pi is earned if, that is IFF, if means if and only if. Okay, if and only if the job is completed by its deadline. To complete a job, one has to process the job on a machine for 1 unit of time, and we have only one machine available for processing the jobs. So here we have one machine to complete the job. Only one machine we have, and only one job can be executed at a time. Only one job can be executed at a time. If we can execute a job, or if we can complete a job within its deadline, will earn the profit P. A feasible solution for this problem is a subset J of jobs such that each job in this subset can be completed by its deadline. So feasible solution is a subset J. It will be having jobs. So we have to add the jobs to this subset every time. And here, when it is feasible, when we can complete the jobs within the subset within its deadline. The value of a feasible solution J is the sum of the profits of the jobs in J, or summation I belongs to J Pi. So when you add all the profits of all the executed jobs, then that is the total profit. That is a feasible solution. An optimal solution is a feasible solution with the maximum value. So since it is a profit, so it must be maximized. Profit must be more. Whatever the profit value is more, that we have to consider from the subsets. Here again, since the problem involves the identification of a subset, it fits the subset paradigm. So let us see what is subset paradigm. Consider this example. Let n is equal to 4. P1, P2, P3, P4 is equal to 100, 10, 15, and 27. So here, we have 4 jobs. N is equal to 4 means we have 4 jobs. And if we complete job 1, we'll get the profit 100. Job 2, 10. Job 3, 15, and job 4, 27. And it has deadlines D1, D2, D3, and D4, which is having 2, 1, 2, and 1. Okay, you can consider it as minutes, you can consider it as hours, for example, or you can consider it as units. Okay, maximum time given for job 1, it is 2. For example, 2 hours. Maximum time given for job 2 is 1. Job 3, it is 2. Job 4, it is 1. Okay, maximum time is 2 here. Okay, the feasible solution and their values are, consider the feasible solution. So maximum time we have is 2, right? 2 units. We have 2 units. So that means we can execute 2 jobs. We can execute 2 jobs. And for executing the job in the machine, we know that it should be within the time. So here we have maximum time is 2. Maximum value is 2 here for the deadline, right? So that means we can execute 2 jobs. Only 2 jobs. Among 4 jobs, we can execute only 2 jobs, and we have 2 slots. One is 0 to 1, another is 1 to 2. Why it is 2 slot? Because to process one job, we need 1 unit of time. Okay, we need 1 unit of time, and maximum units given is 2. Okay, so 0 to 1, it is 1 slot. 1 to 2, it is another slot. Okay, 1 to 2 is another slot. So job 1 can be executed in the slot 0 to 1 or 1 to 2, because maximum time given is 2 here. Okay, maximum time given for this is 2. Okay, maximum time given for this is 2. So we have maximum 2 slots we have. So we can execute in 0 to 1 slot, that is first slot, or in the second slot 1 to 2. So here 1 and 2 is considered feasible solution, job 1 and 2. Okay, 1 and 2 is considered. Profit is 110. Profit is 110 and processing sequence is 2 first and then 1. Okay, 2 in the slot 0 to 1 and 1 in the slot 1 to 2. Okay. Then 1, 3. 1, 3 if I process 1, 3 or 3, 1 I can consider. 1, 3 or 3, 1 I can consider, that is a processing sequence. And if we execute 1 and 3, we'll get the profit 100 plus 15. So 115. Similarly, 1 and 4 can be executed in 4, 1 because it is having deadline 1. In the first slot itself, we have to execute. Since for the fourth one, we have first slot only that we have to execute. So first we have to execute the fourth job. So this is the sequence 1. Okay. So 4 will be executed first, then 1 will be executed. So 4 and 1. So it is 127. Okay. Like that, 2, 3, the profit will be 10 plus 15. It will be 25. 3, 4, that is sequence is 4, 3 and profit is 42. 15 plus 27, 42. And these are the feasible solution. I can execute only one job in the first slot, 100. I can execute this only second job in the second slot, for example, that is only once, first slot itself. So it is 10. Only third job I can execute, that is in the first slot itself. So it is 15. Only fourth job can be executed. So it is 27. These are the feasible solutions. So it is subset paradigm. Okay, it is subset paradigm. So among these solution, we have to select the one which is having maximum value. So that will be 127, right? 4, 1 sequence 4, 1, 4 first executed, then first job will be executed. So it will be 127. This is the optimal solution among this. I hope you understood the concept. So this is the greedy general method for the job sequencing problem. So we have given with a set of jobs, that is J, that can be completed by the deadlines. So consider J is equal to 1. So first job will be added. Then for I is equal to 2 to N, if all jobs in J union I can be completed by their deadlines, then add I to J. Okay, J is initially 1. First job will be considered. Then from 2 to N. Then from 2 to N, that is from all the jobs. From all the jobs, J union I. We are trying to add ith job to J. Okay, we are trying to add ith job to J, but we have to check whether it can be completed by their deadline. If it can be completed by the deadline, add it to J. Okay, then J is equal to J union I. This is the greedy approach. Okay, this is high level description of job sequencing algorithm using greedy method. Okay, let us discuss the greedy algorithm for job sequencing problem. So consider algorithm JS. JS is job sequencing. We are passing deadlines and we are passing set of jobs J, and we are passing N, that is number of jobs. Okay, where D of I is greater than or equal to 1, I is greater than or equal to 1 and less than or equal to N are the deadlines. Okay, set of D, it is deadlines. And N is greater than or equal to 1, at least one job or more than one jobs. The jobs are ordered such that P of 1 is greater than or equal to P of 2, greater than or equal to P of 3, so on up to greater than or equal to P of N. So it is ordered in the increasing order of profit. Okay, ordered in the increasing order of profit for the greedy method. Okay, for the greedy method, jobs must be ordered in the increasing order of the profit. J of I is the ith job in the optimal solution. I is greater than or equal to 1 and less than or equal to k. Okay. Also at termination, D of deadline of J of I, that is deadline of ith job, is less than deadline of I plus 1th job. Deadline of ith job is less than or equal to deadline of I plus 1th job. Okay, where I is greater than or equal to 1 and less than k. So you will get, that is at the termination, at the end of the algorithm, you will get the deadline in this order. Okay. So initially we have to initialize D of 0 is equal to J of 0 is equal to 0. Okay, deadline we are considering is 0 and jobs we are considering is 0. Initially these two sets are empty. Okay, J of 1 is equal to 1. So we are going to include the job 1. We are going to include the job 1 and we are considering k is equal to 1. So that means we have added job 1 to the set. Okay, for I is equal to 2 to n. So we have to consider from the second job because first job is already added. Okay, consider jobs in non-decreasing order. Non-decreasing order means increasing order. Increasing order of the profit P of I. Find position for I and check feasibility of insertion. So where we have to insert this particular job I, we have to consider that. So initially let us consider R is equal to K. So K is equal to 1 here. Okay, initially R is equal to K. So now we have to check, for checking the position of this R. Okay, for checking the position of this R, we have to consider if deadline of J of R, deadline of J of R is greater than the deadline of ith job. If deadline of R job R is greater than deadline of ith job. So R is the initially whatever the job we have taken, that one. That is first one. Okay, initially it is first one, right? So it will change depending on the value of I here and depending on the value of deadline. So if deadline of job of R, deadline of job R is greater than deadline of ith job and deadline of job R is not equal to R. Deadline of job R is not equal to R, then do R is equal to R minus 1. So consider the next one. So this will keep on executing until this condition is true. Okay, this will keep on executing until this condition is true. This will make the jobs in order of your deadline. Okay, deadline of job of R is greater than deadline of ith job and deadline of job R is not equal to R, then R is equal to R minus 1. So we are finding the position for ith job here. Okay, we are finding the position for ith job here. Okay, this will be, this R value will be decreased until this condition is true. Then if deadline of job R is less than or equal to deadline of ith job and deadline of ith job is greater than R, then insert I into J. So ith job will be inserted into J. So for Q is equal to K to R plus 1. Okay, this is the position. Okay, position we have got which is in R. So K to R we have to check. Okay, K to R we have to check and every time step minus 1 will be done here. This Q value will be increased. Okay, K plus 1. K will be equal to K plus 1. That is up to R plus 1 it will be executed. Do J of Q plus 1 is equal to J of Q. J of Q plus 1 is equal to J of Q. This is, we are making the order here. Changing the order. J of Q plus 1 will be equal to J of Q. Once we get that position R, this ith job will be inserted into this R position. J of R plus 1 is equal to I. So you can notice that once we get that position R, So it will come out of the loop, and in j of r plus 1, we are going to insert I, and k will be incremented by 1. K will be equal to 1. So next job will be considered. Okay. This will execute until all the jobs in this will be selected for the solution. We'll see how it works actually with an example. You'll come to know. So return the value k at the end. Okay. So let's discuss with an example. You'll come to know how it exactly works. Okay. Let n is equal to 5. Consider we have 5 jobs. We have 5 jobs and P1 to P5. So P1 to P5 are the profits 20, 15, 10, 5 and 1. And D1 to D5 are the deadlines 2, 2, 1, 3, 3. Okay. So we have only one machine, right? Okay, I'll write here. So see here, maximum profit given is, maximum deadline given is 3, right? Maximum deadline given is 3. The 2 to 1, 3, 3 we have, maximum deadline given is 3. So we have only 3 slots in the machine. Okay. One is 0 to 1. Okay. Another one is 1 to 2. Okay. And another one is 2 to 3. For example, if I start executing jobs at time 10 to 11, time 10 to 11, 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock, if I consider it as one slot, 10 to 11, one slot, 11 to 12, another slot, again 12 to 1, another slot. So I have only 3 slots. Okay, if I start at 10 o'clock, 10 to 11, one job will be executed, 11 to 12, another job will be executed, again 12 to 1 o'clock, another job will be executed. So 3 jobs will be executed like this. So we have only 3 slots. Remember, we have only 3 slots because maximum time given is 3. Maximum time given in the deadline is 3. So we have 3 slots. In these 3 slots, I have to execute 3 jobs. Okay. And if I consider job 3, okay, if I consider job 3, you can notice here for the job 3, okay, for the job 3, I have time 1. This is the deadline. So within first slot itself, I have to execute. Okay, this is first unit, one unit. It is having only 1 unit. So in the first slot itself, we have to execute. For job 1, we have 2 slots. We have time 2. I can execute in 0 to 1 or I can execute in 1 to 2. We have time 2 here. Time 2 here. 2 units we have for job 1. Okay, that is the deadline. I can execute in the first slot. I can execute in the second slot. Okay, and then job 2. Job 2 also I can execute in the first slot or I can execute in the second slot. But job 3 has to be executed in the first slot itself because that is the deadline. Okay, for example, if the deadline is 11 o'clock, within 11 o'clock, I have to execute. 10 to 11, it has to be executed. Okay, for job 3, for job 4, I have 3 slots here. Okay, deadline is 3. So I can execute in the first slot, second slot or third slot. Okay, for job 5 also I can execute in the first slot, second slot or third slot. Since jobs are given in the increasing order, so I can omit the last 2 and I can execute first 3 itself if it can be completed within the deadline. Okay, if it can be completed within the deadline. Okay, I hope you understood. Okay, let us consider the first job. Okay, you can see here. So job considered will be initially 0. Okay, and assigned slot, since it is not assigned yet, we are just planning to assign. Okay, so job considered will be 1. Assign it to 1 to 2. Okay, then initially profit is 0 because we have not executed it yet. Okay, in the next slot, so assign job 1. Job 1 considered in the previous iteration, it is 1, right? So assign it to 1 to 2. You can assign it to 0 to 1 or you can assign it to 1 to 2 because it is maximum time given for this is 2 units. Okay. So it is assigned to 1 to 2. You can assign to 0 to 1 also, nothing wrong in that. Okay. Then consider the second job. Consider the second job. Since first job is assigned to slot 1 to 2, second job has to be assigned to 0 to 1 because second slot is already filled. Second slot, that is 1 to 2, it is already filled with job 1. So we cannot execute any other job at this time. It is not possible because we have only one mission and we can execute only one job at a time. So 1 to 2 slot, it is fixed. So assign it to 0 to 1, that is first slot. Okay, assign it to 0 to 1, that is first slot, that is 2. So if we execute, if the first job is completed, that is which is assigned, the profit earned will be 20. Okay, so now we are going to execute the second one also, 1 to 2. 1 and 2 we are going to assign. It is already assigned to the slots 0 to 1 and 1 to 2. And next job considered will be 3. Profit earned will be 35. Profit earned will be 35 after executing first job and the second job. 20 plus 15, which is equal to 35. And when I consider the third job, it cannot fit. Why it cannot fit? Because it has to be executed in the first slot itself, that is 0 to 1, which is already filled. It's already filled. That slot is already filled and it cannot be executed. So reject it. Then 1 and 2 we have executed and profit we have earned is 35. So consider the fourth job. Consider the fourth job. So when we consider the fourth job, assign it to 2 to 3. Assign it to the slot 2 to 3. That is the only slot remaining. Assign it to 2 to 3. So when we execute this job, we'll earn the profit 40. So 20 plus 15, it was 35. 35 plus 5. Third job is rejected. Third job is rejected. We are executing fourth job. So 35 plus 5, which is equal to 40. So 0 to 1, 1 to 2, and 2 to 3. And when we consider the fifth job, it will be rejected because we don't have any other slot for executing the jobs. Maximum slots given is 3. Maximum units, that is maximum deadline, it is 3. So we have only 3 slots. In the 3 slots, we can execute 3 jobs. Okay, so maximum profit is 40. This is how your job sequencing algorithm works. I hope you understood the concept. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. So optimal solution is set of jobs J is equal to 1, 2, and 4. We can execute first job, second job, and fourth job. Profit earned is 40. So if you have any doubts, you can ask me.